a good job.
Yeah.
And okay, and this is the with the proper.
This is the
skin.
Too Fast, Too Furious Skyline replica here.
Uh-huh.
So this is a GTT. That's a GTR. GTRs are all-wheel drive. You know, better suspension. The GTTs though, they're no slouch. They're the RB25 Neo engine. This car, you know, they're rear-wheel drive, so they're lighter and more sports car-like. This car just came back from a local tuning shop called Countersteer. It went into the shop at 200 wheel horsepower, and it came out 400 wheel horsepower. So, and it weighs, you know, maybe 1,100, 1,200 kilos, about 2,800 pounds. It's a light car.
Yeah.
So very fun. I actually got this car along with that one. The gentleman that was selling that, he had a company in Australia that made body kits for tuner cars. And he was trying to expand his business, so he was selling off some of his cars. So I bought 4 of his cars, including that one, with the idea that I'll just sell them and make a little extra money to help buy this car. Well, this car sat for a while and didn't sell, so I just started driving it. And I kept looking at it, and I was like, wait a minute, I have a silver Skyline. If I put the vinyl on it, then I'll have a Fast and Furious car. So I did that. I fixed it up a little bit. I replaced the headlights because they were really bad. You may not see this on camera, but if not, we could turn the lights on. I did have to do,
the neon.
you know, had to do the blue underglow. And this one's so fun. It gets a lot of looks. I did all the vinyl myself. I got a kit off of eBay, and I had to custom modify it. About 60 hours of working on this. I was like, I am not a vinyl laying person. But it was fun.
You did a good job, man.
Thank you. I'm real detail oriented, so I was out here with calipers and measuring tape and painter's tape, and just having a lot of fun with it. But people really, really smile when they see this because you know, the one in the movie of this car, it's part of what made the R34 legendary.
Yes, yes. You know one thing, driving the Supra over here, it was uncommon. Probably 9 people either honked or say the signal or something. It was more than usual. I would say. I was surprised actually.
Yeah. Did you hear? Is that a Supra?
Yeah, they all do the joke.
Is that a Supra?
So you have a Supra MK4?
I do. I have a Supra. It is at Evolved's tuning right now. One of the problems with the Supra is the original V160 get rag transmission, which is also what the R34s have. For 15, 20 years, nobody's made the gears for them. So as they've worn out, you have people swapping in T56s, CD009s from the Zs, but I really wanted mine to have the original driveline. So as it turned out, there was a gentleman in the UK that was just starting to get the gears remanufactured.
Okay.
So I basically got a not great I had a horrible transmission, which I shipped to the UK.
Oh, the guy to make that.
To have him make it right, to replace the gears. And then I got an okay but not awesome transmission in the Supra so I could drive it.
Okay.
So, but that transmission's back, and it's one of the first ones in the world with new gears in it.
Okay.
And today the transmission is being worked on and put in. But that one was built. It was originally an NA auto car. I like to tell this story because I don't usually say how much I paid for a car, but this one I like to say how much I paid for it. It had almost 300,000 miles on it.
Okay.
So 500,000-ish kilometers. In beat up on all 4 sides, terrible interior. Every single piece of the interior was bad, torched from the sun. $9,000.
9,000. Man, I thought I paid 30 on mine and I was doing great.
$9,000. But then I sourced an original turbo driveline, transmission, rear end.
Oh, so you converted into the turbo.
Put a manual in it.
Transmission.
So built it to about 550 horsepower. Not crazy for a Supra, but I wanted something that was fun and streetable. I went, you know, with really nice coilovers so I could take it on mountain runs.
Yeah, that's good. That's good car. Okay, then you get heavier here.
Surprisingly, not that much heavier.
No.
Everybody always looks at these old cars and they're like, oh, it's got to be 5,000 pounds. This car is maybe just a little bit heavier than the GTR. It's about 3,800 pounds.
Okay. Yeah.
So not horrible.
Did you bought it finished or you restored this car?
Absolutely not.
Oh, no.
So this is the car I've had the longest in my entire life.
Oh, yeah?
Anderson, I had this car since I was 19 years old.
Seriously?
33 years. This car is called Legacy, and this one has a story. And if I'm telling too long of stories, let me know.
No,
but
keep
this
going,
one,
keep going. I love
this
it.
one has been with me through so much of my life. I saw this car. I was working at a sandwich shop. I was making minimum wage, maybe like $3 an hour. I drove by a dealership. I saw this car sitting out there in 1993. $8,800.
$8,800.
Now, it might as well have been $8 million because I couldn't afford an $8,000 car. But I drive by it every day and I was like, oh, wow, I'd love to have a Dodge Charger. I watched Dukes of Hazzard, and all the movies with Chargers in it. And one day, it was gone. I was like, okay, somebody bought it. Then I drove by again, and it was back, and it was $4,500. I'm like, okay, that's strange. Pulled right in, had $50 in my pocket because I had just gotten paid. Threw down $50, put a deposit down on the car.
$50 deposit.
And then, well, the problem was I'm a 19-year-old kid, and I'm trying to buy a Dodge Charger RT with a 440. And the banks are like, no way, no way. We're not going to loan you money on this old car. Fortunately, my grandfather, there was a local small town bank that he used to work at, and he knew the manager, and he got the manager to agree to loan me the money, and my grandfather co-signed the loan. And drove the car for a little bit. For 3 months, the engine blew up. As it turns out, and what I found out after I got the car, the reason it was cheaper is because it had been stolen off the lot and had been joyrided, and they messed up the engine.
No.
So being really poor at the time, the car just had to sit. And I was very blessed. My wife was very patient. For like 15 years, it sat in the garage. And then about 15 years ago, literally, it went into a restoration shop. Went through every bad restoration shop in Georgia. Some of them went out of business. Some of them ripped me off. They would send me a $5,000 bill every few weeks, and they'd sand the same part of the car and send me pictures of the same part of the car.
No kidding.
But finally got finished just a few weeks ago.
Oh, I was going to say, man, it's brand new. It's like
Everything from top to bottom. And the reason, Anderson, the reason it's called Legacy is because my grandfather, who helped me get the car, just co-signed the loan. I had to pay for it. He passed away just a couple years after I got the car. But my grandmother lived to be almost 100 years old.
Okay.
And every time I saw my grandmother, she would ask me, Johnny, do you still have that old Dodge that Grandpa helped you get?
Okay, so how important that is. Right?
And I said, yes, Grandma. Johnny, are you still fixing it up? Yes, Grandma. And when she was on her deathbed, I brought her two things. So she couldn't really see very well or hear very well at that time. My grandfather had a ruby ring that he wore, and she hadn't seen it since his funeral. So I brought her that, and she put it on, and she just smiles, and she's spinning that ring. And then I had the original loan paperwork from when he helped me get this car, where he had signed it in ink. And she rubs his signature because she can feel it. Like, do you know whose signature that is? Yes. And she's just smiling. She knows she's going to see him again soon. So to honor their memory, this car is called Legacy because it's part of their legacy that I have this.
Man, beautiful.
And I never say nothing, that I would hold on to anything forever, but this one would be the last one out the door because it's so special to me. Hopefully my daughters, two daughters, so they can fight over who gets it after I'm gone.
Man, let's open the hood, pop the
Absolutely.
hood.
I can remember which side it's on. There we go.
Man, unbelievable.
So this is a really high-end resto mod. It's a 440 bored and stroked out to about 500 cubic inches, like 492. Forged internals, roller rockers. It's got the Riley Motorsports K-member and 4-link rear end, coilovers all the way around, Hydro Boost braking system, Marsh's rail system. It's got custom-made shot wheels. They had never made this size before. They made them for me. It's got custom molded tires, so you can't get these tires just off the shelf.
Custom made?
Custom made tires. That's not a sticker. The red line was molded into the sidewall of the tire. So, because this whole car's theme was a red and black.
No kidding.
And those are actually Nitto 555 G2s that have been remolded. The firewall of the sidewall has been remolded. LED brakes. The other fun thing about this car, if you look at a Charger, Chargers are really long. And the trunk starts right here.
Okay.
Well, everything between here and here is a speaker or an amp.
Okay.
So this car will shake your eyeballs out of your head.
Oh, man, very, very well done.
Lots of torque. It's got a Silver Sport transmissions. They call it an A41. It's a 4L60 that's been upgraded to handle 650 foot-pounds of torque. Because this big block will definitely put some torque down to the rear wheels.
Man, it looks great and clean.
Thank you.
You've never been out with it, or have you drove it?
Just like the last few weeks, literally, is when I started driving it.
Oh yeah, because it's
waiting 33 years
to have it finished.
The patience that it took to wait that long.
Man, and this I'm sure it will be the hardest one to put a price on it.
Yeah. If you're asking like what, I mean, this car, I won't say how much it took, but hundreds of thousands of dollars to build.
I can see.
$50,000 paint job.
I know.
And if you look, it's got a little bit of pollen on it, but it's one of the slickest black paint jobs I've ever seen. This car, the shop that did it to polish it and get it this smooth, the guy that was buffing the car quit. He actually quit because he said, "I'm tired of buffing on this giant car." He had to hire somebody else to finish buffing it. But I would say in the 200s, probably. Whenever you build a custom car, it's never worth as much as you put into it.
Absolutely.
But it's probably in the 200s.
Man, but
to
like
me, it's priceless. But
yeah, like I said, this is the most important one. Okay, interesting, very, very nice.
Another fun fact is, if you look at the leather seats, they're custom-made Legendary Auto Interior seats. So when I had the, when I was trying to figure out the color for the stripe on the rear, I took the paint guy a piece of the red leather
to match,
and I said, make the stripe match the leather in the seats.
Yeah.
And usually on Dodge Chargers, this is called the RT stripe. This is vinyl.
Okay.
But this one was painted on. They custom made a stencil, and then they put 6 coats of clear. And they had to put 6 coats of clear on all the continuous surfaces.
Man,
and then what's funny is this car is PPF in ceramic.
Oh yeah?
A shop in Alpharetta called VP Automotive, like they're absolutely amazing. And what's funny is everyone that's touched this car really wanted to turn it into their masterpiece. The shop did the paint job. They're like, we're going to do the best paint job we've ever done. VP Automotive, when they got this car, they're like, we're going to do the best PPF and ceramic job we've ever done. This car is double ceramic. So ceramic once, dried, ceramic again.
Man.
They had to order PPF from out of state because there weren't any big enough PPF rolls. So it had to go all the way from here to
do
here
one piece
in one piece.
Yes. This is stuff. Man, very, very nicely done.
Thank you. Definitely one of my babies.